Hey everyone, it's Sarah.
And Alex.
And today we're going to be filming the ultimate book tag. So, got my laptop for the questions, and let's get started. The first question is, do you get sick while reading in the car?
No. I never really have. Motion sickness isn't really a problem with me.
And that's my problem. We have a fair that comes through our city, and I freaking...
They're baby rides, and she can't go on them.
I get terrible motion sickness, but while reading in the car, I'm not as bad as I used to be, and I can get through it.
I want to see you on the Leviathan.
I don't.
Okay.
Which author's writing style is completely unique to you, and why?
It's not really unique, I guess. The guy I'm thinking about, like the author. It's kind of just impressive, I guess. I mean, like Dan Brown, his books are really in depth. Like all the information in them, the research that goes into those books, I would take him forever. I think honestly, if you want a good read that takes a lot of thinking, like
I'm thinking about reading
and like
some Dan Brown.
Yeah, they're really good. But like if you want a good read that like you have to think about kind of, they're really good.
So, and then for me, I like anything by Jane Austen, just because it's Jane Austen. You know.
That's an explanation.
That's an explanation in itself. So question 3 is Harry Potter series or the Twilight Saga?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
So
I read
more
book 1 of
adventurous.
Twilight and
Wasn't
wanted...
good.
The only reason I believe I finished it is because I was in this reading kick and I just read it in like one day. But other than that, I don't think I would have gone through it. Like it was...
It's not adventurous at all. And Harry Potter has that adventure behind
Like,
it, right?
Yeah, so no for Twilight, yes for Harry Potter. Question 4 is, do you carry a book bag? If so, what is in it besides books?
I don't really carry a book bag. I mean, like, I carry a backpack.
Like a knapsack,
Yeah, like a backpack for, like, school or whatever. So I'd have, like, my...
Notebooks.
Like, notebooks, my school books, my pencil case, stuff like that. And then I probably have, like, a book that I'm reading at the time, like the novel in there. Just in
And
case.
I'm the same. Okay, the next question is, do you smell your books?
No.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, we were actually, I think that when I go to like an old bookstore, that walking in, that musky smell,
Yeah.
I got that. And then when you go to a new bookstore,
Like chapters.
that
It
walking
smells
in,
really
so
good.
fresh.
Oh.
It smells so good.
I'm not sure if it's because the books just like it wafts of the books, or maybe just that store smells good.
I don't
know.
individually take a book and sniff it, but I mean, I do
That entire books.
as a total.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, the next question is, books with or without little illustrations? I like them with occasionally. I was in this reading kick in like 6th grade where I actually read a lot of anime.
Oh really?
I actually did. I have a couple books of them, and I like the illustrations in that. You know, Arden actually got me into it.
Oh really?
And I read quite a few, but lately I haven't really read any books like
With yeah. See, I haven't really either. I haven't for a long time actually. I mean, little illustrations here and there to help like.
bring along the plot line.
Yeah, and like explain something kind of. Maybe like I didn't. Like,
I
that's
actually
okay.
read a book a couple weeks ago where it had illustrations at the beginning of each chapter. So on
Oh, okay.
so I read that, but
Okay.
other than that, no. What book did you love while reading, but discovered later it wasn't quality writing? Mine would be The Hunger Games. I think that, like, I absolutely adored it while reading, and I still love the book. And I just thought that it was like, I don't know, I never really, it opened a lot of doors into my reading world, but I've read a lot of like classics since, and I find that it isn't. But you can't really compare two things that aren't the same genre or...
Yeah.
But I guess it just like, I thought it was so great, and it is, I like it, but it's not as great as I thought it initially was.
I love The Hunger Games.
I do
so-
too.
I mean, like, I don't really have a book series, like, or a book. I mean,
That you
usually when I'm reading a book, I know if I'm gonna, like, I know if I like it or if I don't like it.
Yeah. But there's no
And,
book
like-
that you liked while reading, but then right after you read something new, you've like, oh, that book wasn't actually that good.
Not that I can remember. I mean,
Okay.
usually I kind of know my opinion on it when I'm reading it.
Okay. Question 8 is, do you have any funny stories involving books from your childhood? Nope.
No, not really.
Guess we're just not entertaining at all. What is the thinnest book on your bookshelf? Mine would have to be The Great Gatsby. That's a really thin book. Do you see it?
No, is it over there?
No, it's up there. Actually, there's books down there that are really thin. It's the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, like the
I see.
the Chronicles of Narnia. Those books are really thin. Either that or they're about the same size actually. I don't know.
On my bookshelf, I mean, I don't have my shelf in front of me right now, but I think the smallest one.
Wait, The Catcher in the Rye is pretty small too.
Yeah, it is pretty small. I was thinking that one too. But I think that my paperback Boy in the Striped Pajamas. No, yeah, Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
That's actually not that.
Yeah, it's really thin. In the paperback, it's really thin.
Okay. What is the thickest book on your shelf? That would have to be City of Heavenly Fire. That book's like 700 and something pages. It's huge.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big book.
I think that's the same for me. Again, I don't have my bookshelf in front of me, but I think that's the same.
So this isn't really accurate, but whatever. Do you read as well as write? Do you see yourself in the future as being an author?
Maybe. We try sometimes.
Yeah, we've each individually tried to write, and I've seen some
gotten
of her
too far,
works
yeah.
of writing. And we've contemplated starting a novel together, being like duo authors. Might happen in the future, might not. We'll see. But I definitely think being an author would be something really cool,
yeah.
and I definitely.
I just need to get more dedicated to it.
Same. I'm not really inspired, especially when school comes rolling along.
Yeah.
I just lose so much
It's a
motivation.
lot of work, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question is, when did you get into reading?
Me? Grade like 7.
Grade 7 was your like.
Yeah, I
hit,
got
like-
really into it. Like literally, like every day, like I'd be finishing a book.
There was a
But
time.
then,
Yeah.
like,
There was
yeah,
a time
like-
when she forced me to come to the bookstore with her. Every day, like we'd bike down there, and I'd be like.
Yeah, like then I'd finish a book every single day. But like then I kind of when I hit high school,
You hit a reading slump.
I kind of just like stopped reading. I guess because like something new in high school, like just kind of stopped. But like then this past year and a bit, I've just kind of gone back into it.
I've always kind of been into reading, but I've never really been into like this huge reading kick where I've constantly always had a book. There was times where I took like month-long breaks and times where I took like a couple months. But over the past year, I've definitely picked it up, and I've been reading like almost every single day. What is your favorite classic book?
I really like Pride and Prejudice.
She does. In 8th grade, in 8th grade we went to a theater in our city and we actually saw it, like the play.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was cool.
I really liked it, and that's why I got the book.
Did you get?
And
Yeah, you
the
got
book was.
after the play.
Oh my god, I just love that book. It's so good.
I like a lot of classic books. I haven't really read that many, but there are definitely.
They're good.
Yeah, I like a lot. Can't narrow it down to one, but out of the few I've read, I've liked almost all of them. In school, was your best subject language arts / English? Yes. Considering like
Yeah, like not mark wise.
because we obviously take those easy classes like photography.
Like photography.
Gym was pretty well.
Yeah, gym is easy.
I
gym
only
is
took
easy.
gym in grade 9. I just was
But like it's definitely been one of my favorite subjects. Maybe not my best subject. One of my favorites though.
I think it ties into my best like just because like I find a lot of it's easy for me. So when I'm writing, like when you think about it, English classes, at least at our school, there's not insanely high marks. There's a few.
Yeah.
Like if you get into the 80s,
You're good.
you're good because we have this like the worst English, well, not the worst English teachers.
You don't have very
They're
good
really
English
strict.
staff.
They're really. I love some of the English
Some of
teachers,
it's good.
but they're really strict essay writers. Like if that's one thing our school gets right, it's
Essays.
essays, and I write pretty good essays.
I love writing essays.
But I mean, they like criticize them, and then you're like, okay, as a teacher, I expect that. But sometimes it's like,
Oh wow, yeah.
I lost 5 marks for that. Okay, the next thing is, if you were given a book as a present that you had read before and hated, what would you do?
That's happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
For the one book, The Great and Terrible Beauty, I don't even know who the author is, but my cousin gave me the book, like the first book in the series, when I'd already read the whole series and I already had them. I just took it. I mean, like, I feel bad saying, like,
Yeah.
I've already read this. Take
I
it
find
back,
that, yeah,
you know? So I just have a double now on myself.
I would never, even if if it wasn't a book, if it was something else, if someone gave me something and was like, oh, I got this present for you, I would never say, I don't like it. I would take it, and yeah, I'd probably have a spot on my bookshelf. Never look at it again, but like, I wouldn't say anything rude, I don't think.
Okay.
What is a lesser known series that you know of that is similar to Harry Potter or The Hunger Games? I don't really know any.
I don't really know any. I mean,
Oh,
I know
there's
ones
this
that
series-
could definitely be popular, just like Harry Potter and
There's this series that's really similar to The Hunger Games. It's like the Legend series or something.
Yeah, Zoe had that one.
Did she
Michelle.
actually?
Remember
I read it.
we
I
read-
read it.
Yeah.
It's really. I read that a while ago, but it's really similar to The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
By like, oh, what's the author's name? Marie Lu. I don't want to get that wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
not sure.
so. That's a really similar series.
Okay.
What is a bad habit you always do while filming? Alex and her eyebrow movement. Just like. done.
Whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah, my eyebrows, they like.
They move a lot, and also we can never get an intro. Like
Wow, oh my goodness, yes.
we've started. Okay, so as you're watching this, most of this is not going to be edited. The only thing that's edited is we've probably filmed about 10 intros.
Yep.
So, and it doesn't even turn out good. So yeah, what is your favorite word?
I don't really think I have one.
Okay.
My favorite word, yeah, I don't think so.
I love the word simplicity. Whenever I'm writing or trying to write some short, like some creative fiction, I always throw in the word simplicity. Essay writing, stacked high with the word evident or evidently. And I really like the word flourish. Do you remember what word you chose for your 8th grade? We'd have these like little palettes, and we wrote words
For grad.
for grad, and I wrote the word flourish, which is we wrote words
I
about
think-
like
oh my
something you
gosh.
wanted either to be or something you wanted for your future, just something
I
overall.
think I wrote brave.
You wrote brave?
Yeah, I think so. I still have it like stuck in
I
my
have it.
closet.
I know I have mine too somewhere.
Okay.
Okay. The next one is: are you a nerd, dork, or dweeb, or all of the above? What are you, Alex? Alex is all of the above.
No.
I mean, look at her obsessions with Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Avatar. She has literally the complete box set of everything. Like all the movies.
Okay, you can't watch those movies without the extended editions.
And oh my god, like the extended edition of Avatar, the movie's already so long. I remember one time we were watching it, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I remember I'm just like, why? I don't mind Avatar.
That's not nerdy. That's cool. They're cool.
I find that like
People that watch those
maybe
are
I'm
cool
just becoming
people.
a nerd. I'm not. I like reading, so if reading's a nerdy thing, then I guess I am. The next question is vampires or fairies? Fairies.
Fairies. She went through a fairy phase.
I did go through a fairy phase. I like evil.
Tinkerbell.
Okay, so I really like the movie Peter Pan, and I guess an iconic fairy is Tinkerbell. When a lot of people think of fairies, they think Tinkerbell, especially when you're really young. I was probably about 3rd grade, and so Tinkerbell was like, I really liked the fairies. But if you actually know, Tinkerbell's actually kind of like hot-headed and kind of evil. She's little, and that's what fairies are. And so like the evil fairies.
Yeah, like in City of Bones,
I
like
love
the fairies in
that.
them. Yeah.
Okay, shapeshifters or angels? Angels.
I've read a lot of books with angels, so I have to say angels. Like
Okay.
Hush Hush, like Fallen,
The Mortal
like Mortal
Instruments.
Instruments. Yeah. So I guess
Considering-
like I've read a lot more books about angels than shapeshifters, so I'd probably say angels. Even though shapeshifters are in Harry Potter, but they don't call them that. But anyways, yeah.
So angels. The next question is spirits or werewolves?
Werewolves.
I mean, what's
Underworld.
Underworld, yeah.
Best movies ever.
So werewolves. Zombies or vampires? I know what you're gonna say.
Zombies.
What am
I
I,
had
gonna
a
say?
dream. You're gonna say the opposite.
Vampires.
I had a dream about zombies yesterday.
Did you know?
Yeah, it wasn't even scary. Usually they're scary, but they're not. It wasn't scary.
It's a cool dream. Were
Well,
you
no,
a zombie?
it wasn't really. No, I wasn't. I was in like a zombie boot camp. Does that make sense?
No.
Anyways.
Okay, the next question is love triangle or forbidden love?
Forbidden love. Because that's much more adventurous, I feel.
Neither. Because
Wow, that's a good answer. Twisting
Twisting
the
it up.
question.
I mean, they're both overdone, so. And finally, the last question is full-on romance books or action-packed with a few love scenes mixed in.
Action packed with a few love scenes mixed in.
And I'd have to go for the same one because
Romance Books suck.
Considering
Honestly.
I've never read a romance novel, I don't really have any like insight on that part, but I know I wouldn't like it.
I've read a few of them, and honestly, they just drag on forever because they're so. You know what's happening. Even if it makes it like, even if the author's going for not knowing what's happening, you just like, they're so easy
They're
to
just
guess how it's gonna end, and I just do not enjoy
Okay, so
romance.
that was all the 25 questions. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and maybe give this video a thumbs up. And thank you all so much for watching. Bye!
Peace.